I just completed my first 50-mile run yesterday, Sunday, August 10th, 2014. I'd never done a 50-mile run before. I'd only done my previous maximum run was about 30 miles. I had done a 27-miler a couple weeks ago. And here's what went down. It was a very interesting day. Here in the Catskills, in upstate New York, we have what's called the Catskill 100K road relay. And it's a beautiful 100K course that goes through the Catskill Mountains up by Frost Valley, Peekamoose, starts in Phoenicia, it goes down into Grahamsville by the reservoir. And it's just a great day. I ran this race 2 years ago, and it's designed as a relay. You can run it yourself, and when the year that I did it 2 years ago, there was one person that actually ran the whole thing. This year, there were 7 people that registered. I think 6 people finished the whole thing by themselves. That was more than it's been done the last 20 years. So the race really hasn't been promoted as well. You know, come out and run all 100K, 64 miles on the road by yourself, form a team and do a relay. So that is, that's how I ran it 2 years ago. It's a 5-person relay. We each took 20K legs. So, of course, I've been running a lot this year, so I was like, man, I want to try and do half of it. My previous best is 30 miles. I want to go out and see if I can do 50K, which would be, you know, 50K is a nice number, 32 miles. So I said, man, that's my goal this year. My goal is 32 of the 64 miles I want to do myself. So we set up a relay team where I would just keep running, right? And then people would jump on with me and like be my support, but actually would count their time as relay and part of the relay team. So we weren't trying to break any numbers because I was going to go at a nice, easy pace. To make it easier, starting time was 5:30 a.m. To make it easier, I was going to go out at 4 a.m., which is when I started yesterday, 4 a.m. With the people that were running it solo. That's like, you know, an extra hour and a half might be a good thing. So first downfall, first amateur move, as I tried to explain to my son, is my son actually went with me. He got up at 2 a.m. Justin got up at 2 a.m. and he was going to ride his bike on my morning legs. My morning legs were in the pitch dark, and extra lighting would have been great. So, of course, I have a nice headlight for my bike, an 800 lumens headlight for my bike, which works awesome. So we're going to put it on his bike. So we strapped it on his bike the night before and mounted his bike on the car, and we drove off that morning. And about half an hour into my drive, I heard something hit the back windshield. I was like, oh, what just hit the back windshield? And I'm thinking to myself, the headlamp from the bike just fell off. Meantime, I'd gone like another 1/8 of a mile, so I stopped the car and got out and looked. Sure enough, the brand new 800 lumens headlamp that I got fell off, dismounted. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. So we turn around in the pitch dark. It must have been like 3:30 in the morning, and go around and look for it. Sure enough, we found the headlamp, but the battery pack was missing. I was like, okay, 1 out of 2 is not bad. Well, really 1 out of 3, because at first I thought, well, the thing's broken, it's not even going to turn on. So, found the battery pack a couple minutes later, looking in the dark in the street, right? It's right in the dead center of the yellow lines on the black, in the middle of the yellow lines. Plugged it back in, hooked it back up, turned it on, and it went on beautifully. So amateur move number 1 avoided. You know, always don't mount anything on your bike and then drive off. Keep it all inside the car. So we get there. There's 7 of us that line up. 6 of them are doing the big, or 7, 8 of us line up. It was really awesome to be around that kind of energy. And I wanted to start the morning off with the big guys, with the ones that were doing it themselves instead of starting with the relay, because I wanted that positive energy. I wanted to be around people that are successful at doing this. And Ken Posner was the one person who I know that, you know, he was looking to go out, and he did set the course record, 11 hours and 7 minutes, or 11 hours and 15 minutes. So he set the course record yesterday. And I wanted to have that energy of starting with the elites, and you know, to talk to them, just to talk to them and brush shoulders with all these elites is very beneficial. You know, it's just like with your business as well, man. Brush shoulders with other successful business owners, other successful people in your career, and it's going to rub off on you. So my goal was 32K. I'm sorry, 32 miles, 50K. I actually ran 80K of the race. So I ended up running 51 miles of this race was the outcome. Problem number 2, as soon as I started running, extreme stomach cramps, mile 2. So from mile 2 to mile 32, severe stomach cramp pain. I was keeled over a lot of times. I kept having to use the bathroom. First time used in the woods, and I found every single porta potty and used store restrooms along the way. And I even stopped at a Little League field that I said, man, this Little League field complex there has to have a bathroom. And sure enough, they did have a bathroom, which was the saving bathroom of the day. So after I ran 32 miles, I started riding my bike. I was in so much pain. The pain was unbearable. I mean, I was just like, I kept keeling over, and I kept having to stop, and I was like, man, this sucks. This sucks. What in the world did I eat or something? So at the halfway point, I got on my bike. Justin and I rode our bikes for 2 legs, so 20K. And as my team members are out there running, my buddy Eric, I'm like, man, I just really want to run. I don't want to be on my bike today. I want to run this thing. And I still had the pain, right? So I got back, because I didn't find the restroom that actually made the difference on the Little League field until I got back running again. But I was like, man, I got to work through this pain, right? I ran a 19 miler, a 30K with a urinary tract infection before. Every step hurt, but I did it, right? I just did it, because I went out there and doing that. That was my goal, and I did it. So I said, man, I'm going back out. I'm going back out. I don't care how much this hurts. I'm going back out. What's the worst that could happen? I got 32 miles in. I'll run another 10K leg. What's the worst that's going to happen? I'm going to have to stop, right? I've already stopped once, even though I kept moving on the bike. I said, you know what? I'm just going to keep going. Got back on there, laced back up, changed, and man, my buddy Eric crossed that relay line, and he was doing a whole nother leg. So I just jumped right on board with him, and we ran. And when I saw that restroom in the Little League field, and I got out of there, I was like, bro, I'm a new person now. Let's go rock this out. Because I figured I was only going to do one more leg just to add mileage onto my run. And from then on, I didn't stop. I just kept going and going and going to finish up the rest of the race. Another buddy of mine, Wayne, jumped in the following leg, and the last 2 legs Wayne and I did. Believe it or not, mile 49 was like an 8:30 pace, mile 49. I was just, just got so gung-ho, like that second wind kicks in. My last mile slowed down a little bit, but, those last 2 miles were really, really strong miles. Total elevation gain for the day, I think, was about 8,000 feet I did over the course of 51 miles. It's a very hilly course in the Catskills here. The one road that goes up to the Slide Mountain trailhead, that road there, Big Indian, that road is just a hellacious incline. I did it 2 years ago, and I don't mind the hills. Because I train on the mountains here where I live, so I don't mind them. But it's a killer, and it's just rolling after that, up and down, up and down, up and down. So it was an awesome day. So I finished my first 50-mile run, 51 miles to be exact, and about 12 miles on the bike that day. I was out moving for 12 full hours, 4 a.m. I finished just after 4 p.m. So it was an awesome, awesome day. The next day here, I'm a little sore. I got out of bed a little stiff, but I'm moving around. I'm going to take a couple days off from running, probably 3 days. I won't get out till about Wednesday again. I'm taking my kids and some friends up today to look for some crystals on the mountain and just go up the mountain. I'm doing that this afternoon. I love being active, and so do a little bit of that. But as far as running, I could feasibly go out and run, but I'm just going to give my body a rest. I've really valued the rest days this year that I'm taking, because before that, like up until April, I wasn't taking any rest days. I was just like 30 straight days for the month. If I took one day off, like March, I took one day off, and I was like, man, I missed one day of running. Now I'm focusing on getting those rest days. I had 2 rest days going into this. I'll have 3 rest days going out of this. I still had 80 miles for the week last week, so it wasn't like I rested last week. It wasn't like I was a slacker. I still got out there and ran. But I'm running more miles per run now, and less with more rest days. So it's working out really, really well for me. So I can't wait to get out there and run again after this. Just can't wait. I'm so excited. That's it. That's my first experience, my first 50-mile run. Hopefully there'll be many more 50-milers to come. I'm Chef Marcus Giuliano. Thanks for watching this video as I'm driving with my camera mounted here. As I'm driving this camera mount that clips on and can swivel around. This has really been proven beneficial to me here because I can get videos done while I'm on the road driving and still have my hands free to drive. So I'm Chef Marcus Giuliano. Thanks for watching this video. If you like my videos, please hit like, subscribe to my channel, and definitely pass it on.